Welcome back to my financial literacy corner. I know it's been a little bit, but I've been busy doing a couple of things and getting life situated. So, one thing that's getting ready to happen for a lot of people that are invested in like Hedera and a couple of other things, and why the Clarity Act is such a big deal, is because a lot of institutional investors have invested in Hedera. So this upcoming Hederacon is where a bunch of individuals such as like BlackRock, Coinbase, Google, and the like are actually going to be talking about Hedera, what they've put on chain, what they're utilizing for it, and other stuff. See, there's been a lot of headlines in regards to like XRP, what that's doing, even ZBEC and other stuff, but a lot of people are sleeping on the institutional side of what Hedera has done. And even though, yeah, it's been resting at around the area about 7 cents, 10 cents, and the like, 9 cents, give or take, it's like that on purpose right now because more utility needs to be driven. And once this Clarity Act happens, that's when we're really going to be seeing institutional adoption from and on a massive scale. Because when I say they're all in it, they're all in. Now, mind you, retail has been driving the crypto space for the longest. Now that the institutions are about to get in, there's about to be a game changer. Like, most people are quick to want to look at, well, what's the price at? What's the price going to be about this? What's the price? What's the price? Because they're so quick and itchy and have a hole burning in their pocket that they wanted to get to a certain price so that way they can sell. First thing that they think about as a consumer is selling. Let me buy it. Let me get it to this point. Let me sell it. Not looking at, mind you, this isn't financial advice. I'm just speaking in regards to how the common consumer thinks from a trader aspect, because most traders are trying to make quick bucks, trying to get that money quick. That's much different from how I operate and individuals that I know operate, because we're looking at longevity of funds and how we can get these assets working for us. Because just like with BlackRock, Grayscale, Franklin Templeton, even with their Benji funds, just to give an example, they ain't selling squat once they get these assets. They're going to be utilizing these assets and seeing how they can get compound interest on it. Go ahead and add different services that can connect to said rails and then work from it from that. So I'm gonna say this, and this is just like I said, my perception on it and other stuff. I think it would be much wiser to figure out a way of how to get assets working for you versus looking for it to quickly get to a certain price so that way you can sell. You're not gonna get those prices ever again. Like, you, unless you're sitting on like 100,000, 200,000, something like that. Hey, go for it. You do your thing. But even at that amount, I would still look at, okay, with all of this institutional adoption coming along, even with RedSwan tokenizing real estate on the Hedera chain, by all means, please go look this up. And with the connections that Hedera has been getting and integrating, a lot of people are sleeping on the Hedera chain. Like, there is so much going on with them right now. Let me just pull up this latest update in regards to Hedera, besides the Hederacon, real quick. So, listen to this, because just a couple of days ago, Hedera is focused on enterprise AI adoption. Keyword: enterprise. Recently adding Ascentia to its governing council to advance trusted, compliant AI infrastructure. Key updates include upcoming version 0.73 testnet upgrades, increased consensus service fees, and roughly 86% of the 50 billion H-bar now supply is now released. So 50 billion, 86% is now released. So since Essentia had joined the Hedera Council to focus on agentic AI tokenization and compliant audit-ready systems in its for regulated industries. Of course, the Hedera testnet is scheduled for upgrade 0.73. It had already did that on April 29th, and with the potential for minor service disruptions. They did do a change of free fee structure that was effective as of January 2026 for version 0.69. The price for the consensus submit message usage within the consensus service, or the Hedera consensus service, HCS, increased from 0.001 to 0.0008. And with the tokenomics, approximately 86% of the 50 billion H-bar total supply has been released, with roughly 4 billion more tokens scheduled to be released by the council. Now, with the market position, H-bar was reinstated to the Coinbase 50 index and is seeing development in AI-based tokenization through partnership with BitGo and Layer Zero. Do you not know how huge that is? Like, seriously, that is absolutely big. But they really do have like a lot of institutional governance. Like, they're not playing around. Like, most of their strategic partners are with the Global Blockchain Business Council, Halliburton, as well. They're connected with Genfinity. Shout out to Genfinity. Hasgraph Online, and of course Hashpack is their official wallet. I mean, they were Aberdeen, Accenture, Australian Payment Plus, Denison, BitGo, Blockchain for Energy, Chainlink Labs, Kofra, Dell, Dentons. They're even with T-Mobile, DLA Piper, EDF, Fedex, Google, Hitachi, IBM, LG, LSE, Magalu, McLaren, Mondelez, like NSE, Nomura, Repulsal, ServiceNow. Do you know how big ServiceNow is? Wait a minute. From my previous line of work in IT, ServiceNow is the ticketing system to make sure that your stuff is fixed excuse me, I'm getting excited, from an IT standpoint. So that one portion of it is a ticketing system to make sure you submit your tickets to update information and say, hey, this is what's needed to be done. Another person goes ahead, they'll start working on said ticket, and they'll put that over. So to know that they're with ServiceNow, that is flipping huge. Like, absolutely huge. And they're with Ubisoft too. So for my gamers that are with Ubisoft, that are connected to it and everything else, you know how big Ubisoft is when it comes to games. Everybody knows how big LG is. Everybody knows how big IBM is, FedEx, Google, even T-Mobile. So all of this is majorly serious right now when it comes to the institutional adoption for when it comes to Hedera. Like, you guys are sleeping on it majorly if you were doing that. You do not sleep on Hedera. I'm telling you now. Not financial advice, not necessarily telling you, hey, go out there and go buy Hedera and everything else like that. I'm just giving you financial literacy to let you know that a lot of people they're not looking at Hedera, and some people are like, oh, I don't think Hedera is going to do anything. That's a sleeping giant and a tyrant. When I say tyrant, I mean tyrant in the fact where it's grabbing so much stuff in the background. There's people focused on some other change, which is relatively good, but like I said, how Hedera is coming about, all of what they got going on so far, and for the fact where okay, this is one thing in regards to their council participation. Because as a pioneer of responsible governance within distributed ledger technology, or DLT, Hedera Council participation offers forward-thinking organizations a unique opportunity to shape the future digital economy. Involvement in Hedera Council also accelerates the development of solutions built on the Hedera network for real-world enterprise use cases. You're able to unlock revenue streams, build and innovate, strategic influence of the distributed ledger technology, gain a competitive edge, global ambassador role, unparalleled networking and partnership, marketing and branding opportunities, spearhead global distributed ledger technology adoption, and have a seat at the table. That's if you're an institution, of course, but from a regular individual standpoint, or like from how I like to look at it, that's magnificent to see everything of what they have going. Because like not only is it Hedera, you have the Hasgraph, which is formerly Swiss Labs, which is Hedera Hasgraph, Hedera Foundation, and the Hasgraph Association. They're really networking with some things. So I would say do your due diligence. Look into Hedera. Right now it's about around 8 to 9 cents, but it is something that is sleeping in the background. Well, not sleeping in the background. It's moving in the background, I should say, and people are sleeping on it. So just do your due diligence, your research. Like I said, just giving you a little bit of financial literacy as to some things of what's coming up, especially like I said when it's coming in regards to Hedera. Because do you know how big a censure is? Also, do you know to where Hedera is post quantum? They have post quantum cryptography. Excuse me, I'm tongue tied for the blockchain, but they're already built for post quantum stuff. So while everybody else is worried about it, they're already built for it, like literally. So anyway, do your due diligence. Thank you guys for coming to this financial literacy corner, and you guys have a wonderful day.